and about, see what they can pull off.
Attacker's objective is to
A
locate
lot
a
of,
bomb and defuse it.
a lot of strong entry operators, as we've seen being brought out from Auslander. Of course, that Nook is the slippy one.
Mm-hmm.
Bit of a
Yeah,
staple,
already spawn peaks.
bit of a staple in the old flank. There's an Oryx Jack, it's what we expect, isn't it? Out and about, run about the place. Literally the running operator.
Fastest operator in the game.
Sorry,
Technically
Intero,
not true.
didn't know you were joining us here this evening.
Who said that?
Intero, that's a staple catch line of his.
Yeah, but it's... The reason I said it is it's technically not true. Amaru's faster.
Amaru almost gets shut down. Somebody needs to be picking him up because they're everywhere right now. If you look at the formation that Team Auslander are going for, they are everywhere and anywhere in a flawless round to kick things off. Oh, momentum carries over from Oregon.
Yeah, that is not what you want to be doing. First round in after losing the last 4. Team Auslander have essentially won the last 5 rounds now, going in between 2 maps, and the first round of this map flawlessly. We said Vergistan, they needed to find the success on the defense because their attacks didn't look good, didn't look coordinated. Well, guess what? Auslanders do. They've won the first round, and it's not looking good. It's really not looking good for Vergistan. They will change the side because CEO, they gave up. I think they just gave up way too much map control, right? They allowed the lobby control easily. They allowed the Kanto breach easily. They allowed a player to play top square easily. They didn't have anybody playing stock, and then Auslander could just collapse. And like you said, like Auslander had them in headlock because they literally surrounded them, apart from the window pressure, but they didn't need it. So I think Vergistan, if they do get back to CEO, need to think about how they want to play that site because they need to fight for something. Anyway, they're going to go down to the basement, and they're going to look like they're going to bring a much more quote-unquote default lineup for this basement. You've got the Cade to keep the hatches closed. You've got the mirror windows to, obviously, for information, to deny the plants. You'll play the mirror window inside the red, facing server, CCTV. And then you'll probably play one inside the lockers facing main stairs, or maybe garage. You've got the Echo for the denial, Jaeger to protect everything. I quite like this lineup coming out of Vergistan, and I think this is a better site choice, a better lineup choice, and a better all-round choice for them to go to.
Thatcher is open, so the Kide shouldn't be that much of an issue. So I would expect to see hatches still be opened up inside of that round just because Thatcher is there, of course. Amaru straight into the building. Pistol guy not wasting any time with establishing that early control in towards that top floor. And it doesn't look as if there's any roamers this time around. So we won't be able to get the real value out of getting into the building early and catching a lurker by surprise, but still. He's in. Drone work being done. He'll spot things out. Nobody's home. And now they can start to carry out a very default attack you would expect to see from the attack. So nothing really worrying me at the moment, Jack. Everything is going as planned.
It's a really consistent theme of what we've seen out of the attacks. The whole day, from every team that we've seen, has been fast map control. It's been achieved. The only thing that would worry me right now is if I'm a defender, because 2 minutes hunkering up on this site against a Thatcher, a Habana, a Thermite, there's going to be plants, potentially, if Auslander go through their processes pretty quickly, if they get rid of Paolo, there's going to be plants going down in 30 seconds time. Unless they're all looking like dropping the hatch, which is where Peaky's currently playing. But that's what would worry me if I was the defender. Genuinely, is how fast the attack took this control.
Next step is, of course, figuring out, do you want to now start attacking the lobby and elevator hatches, which will be opened up solely by the Amaru. What's happened there? Panzers went in by himself with nobody home, and then Paolo isn't aware that the hatch is open, and Shelby finds an easy kill. He still starts to be shot at from the Jaeger, who's still inside of the site, and that's a risky game that Tony Montana is playing. So where are they headed to now for the attack? I mean, we talked about early control, Jack, but they've just burned through a minute, and they haven't really done much.
Yeah, they've slowed down. You would hope that they get rid of the mirror window now, as you will see the EMP come in. And the Habana pellet will actually go off, but the mirror window will be pre-opened. One pistol guy's found another one. I think that was from the hatch. And they're really just waiting for the defenders to move about and force that pressure. It doesn't really matter that they've not got the default server breach yet, because the defenders, they're really faltering. And you could even go for a hatch drop plant now, tucked up close to that wall there. And yes, there is less time left. They've wasted a lot of time, but they've got that man advantage.
There goes Eliminar. He's gone. Swift pushes in. There will be a trade, though, and you have a C4 Ragnar, but is aware that Swift just moseyed on in. Any echo cams? Anyone on the echo cams? Surhat, instead worried, will now switch on to the echo cam, but thinks against it. Diffuser goes down, and this is a difficult retake for him, a 1v3. Do they know where he is? They should have an idea. It's going to be an echo at the end of the day. Surhat gets into the engagement, will win it against the Habana. But with such little HP and 2 players still to find, it is a difficult ask from him. 25 seconds to go. Great rotation from Shelby. He's rotated in towards Vault there, Jack, and that will just give him a great angle. Cut off, and Surhat will go for the challenge, but no, Shelby is there. 2-0 for Auslander.
I thought they'd messed it up, Demo. You know, when they said they'd not done anything for a minute, but the one thing they did do was wait on the hatches for any defender movement whatsoever. Managed to punish it, managed to find the plan, managed to find the win. I would say a bit more of a wobbly round, but they got the win, and that's the main thing that counts. In the tracker, that's 6 rounds in a row. That's 2-0 up attacking Bang. And it's looking very, very good for Auslander on that little trip to Jönköping.
Indeed. A bit of a pause here, Jack. A pause. Just had a bit of a drop out there, but yeah, 2-0. Auslander just... What do you say? How do you stop them?
Yeah, I think they're very concise. They're very comfortable in what they want to achieve. It didn't quite go right there, right? You know, the Thermite took a bit of a risk. I think they did plan on ending up with the default server hatch, right? But, like I say, they still managed to figure out a plan in the mid-round. And I think that's currently the difference between these two teams. Is the fact that Auslander are able to figure out a plan in the mid-round and then execute it. They still, you know, nothing's too much. Nothing's relying on hero plays. Even that play there where they had an advantage, but they're still somewhat recovering around because they lost time. It was together. It was as a team. It was a plan, and it was an objective that somebody had clearly called, and that they went for together, and it worked really well. And I don't really know how you stop that if you are Vergistan, other than by being a better team yourself, right? Then, like I say, I've said it once before, I'll say it again. Teamwork beats the hero plays every single time, and I think we're seeing the fruits of that labour right now.
I think for Vergistan, it's you can tell they just look a bit timid. That's what it feels like. I think they're just losing engagements one by one just by sitting back and allowing Auslander just to have everything. That's what it feels like.
What do you do? Like, they've gone back to the top floor, right? And they've gone for a completely different lineup. Because if you looked at their first lineup, they had an Oryx they wanted to fight. Now they've gone for a Clash. And I don't even know if Clash feels that good on the top floor because of... There's just so many angles you can be peeked from on the top floor. Like, think as soon as that Cantor wall gets opened, which it probably will, because Panzer did a very good job of opening it the first time, you can't play anywhere in that long hallway. If anybody's playing any of the lobby repels or the ATM repels or the window repels, you can't show you back to any of the west or the north side. If anybody goes in top square, you can't show you back to the east side. So whichever way you're facing, you could be potentially showing you back as a clash. You've got to really hope they go for a one-sided attack for this clash to be effective. Maybe it's to get in the face of the lobby players, but even then it's... I don't know.
And he's just taken half his HP already, Jack.
Gone.
That's what I love. Look at this from Swift. This is just clinical. Nobody's there, mate. Mate, you're supposed to go in the building. Where's he going?
I was about to say, I think he's just gone in dirt tunnel through the building and back out.
He came the back way in.
Yeah, does what he wants.
Exactly. Where's he headed to? Maybe they need his nades. Maybe that's the call.
So yeah, there's Cantor wall. So where's the clash play now? Just top lobby stairs? Cool.
I've rotated a shield. See that from Echo.
A bomb has been located.
That's better, right? As soon as they hear the Habana, let's get out of there. Not lost a life. I just feel like the clash doesn't really do anything for a lobby take, because they're still going to get up, they're still going to get to banana, and then you can't really stop them once they get to banana anyway.
I don't really know how you approach this. It is it's a tricky one. I think you just need it. I think they needed some form of denial on the Canto walls. I think that's what they're missing out on, in my opinion. So is Tony going to go for the jump out? Nope. Just instead opens up the window, knows that somebody is going to be visiting him on those windows. Gives the information. Look,
could this nutmeg him from below? Because there's a yellow pin coming out here.
Like ants in lobby, Jack, just
yeah.
everywhere. And there we go. That's great.
Great
That's brilliant there. From Auslander, really showing their character in this game, setting the marker down, and now they have that man advantage. They can utilize that for somebody else, maybe to go elsewhere. It looks as if Nuke is maybe hitting them from a different angle. That's a great shot from Illuminar. Sad Becky is gone, and
this is what I mean about that teamwork, though. Working for that kill for an absolute free. Getting that man advantage, and then, you know, as with every clash, if you die in front of the clashes, the clash will be downed, not finished off by the Ash charge, but the Ash will finish off the clash, and then you've got the man advantage yourselves anyway, pushing up the lobby side.
Swift, the push in, does get spot out on Janitor Door, but he's marching his way down long, almost took the plunge. Paolo was in a position where he could be picked off, and teetering on the edge of, will Nuke push, will she not push? Shelby on the sledge. Pistol guy looking to entry in now into the actual bomb site. Swift will also time aggression in towards Janitor. Sees one, sees two inside of meeting. Shelby eliminates Illuminar. And Swift will finally make his mark. Was that another TK? I think so. It was. Surhat now has to swing around. There's no way!
Operators, you have run out of time.
No. Oh, and they just took so long to try and clear out, and they showed themselves on literally the one angle that they could be peeked from. The planter showed themselves, and that's just time pressure there and thereabouts. And I've got to say, Auslander, they win that round. This is done. This is over. That lost round there, it's allowed Vergistan just a foothold, just one foothold in this map by winning that round with a last-second Echo clutch.
I don't know. I don't know what to say. Just. Whew. Yeah. It is what it is. We move on. Is that what was needed? Is that the wake-up call for Vergistan? They get the round back. But then again, it is enough, because we're in this situation where Vergistan have to attack, and they have not done well with that today.
Yeah, I think that's the big problem. And I think if you look at, you know, strategically, who's won the rounds, you'd have to say Auslander are strategically 3-0 up here, right? And that's before Vergistan have even got a chance to attack, where they didn't look all that great in the previous map. So, you know, I still put the ball in the court of Auslander to go on and win this. I would still back them to go and win this. But they have just given that little foothold.
5 seconds remaining. Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Here we go. Out and about in their own game, Swift will be there. Something that we didn't really see Vergistan do was that roam game. They were kind of happy enough to allow that pressure that the attackers could gain early on. Paolo will spot outside Mozzie as he's looking to get in towards one of these windows using the Gara hook. Up he goes, and now he's into position. However, the Oryx has spotted him out, so now they know that Paolo is in the building. That'll give the heads up to Swift. Swift now should be aware of the players with that information being fed through. Just depends if Paolo wants to take that push and take that gunfight. We'll fire out another drone, but almost gets shot from God knows where. There's a man downstairs in square. It's going to be the Jaeger, and Paolo knows where he is behind that pillar. And this is a messy gunfight, Jack, and in comes the reinforcements. However, Shelby's ready for him. Tony Montana, he needs to have the gun up ready for those engagements, Jack, and gives away a free kill, and that's the Thatcher gone. The Kai's rubbing his hands, Jack, with a glee, a happy glee that the Electro Claws are up.
Just situationally so good from Shelby there. Like, he's staying maybe a bit too long right now, but just to be aware that somebody else is going to peek him that isn't Paolo, really well played. You know, he's dancing around these pillars consistently, will get taken out, will get punished for staying too long, But that first peak to actually get the kill onto the Thatcher, massive. Like you say, Cave Claws can stay up. By the way, both are still in pocket, so he needs to get them deployed. If they know that the Thatcher's been killed, then Cave needs to throw. I don't think they know, which still means the Havana might still have somewhat success. And also there is the EMP grenades on Ragnar, so all is not lost as you see. This hatch will about to be tricked. Will it get tricked? Yes, it will. And the Havana's got to figure out a way with Ragnar now to get these hatches open. The Thatcher dying, big inconvenience, regardless of the tricking that's going on.
It's taken them 2 minutes, and they haven't even got the hatch open yet. This is... Is that EMP grenade work? Nope. Jack.
Oh, no.
This is disastrous. Main hatch cannot be opened up. Where do they go? Because they have 40 seconds. They've got nothing. But I don't know why. I still have a feeling that Vergistan will win this round. I don't know why. I just have a feeling.
They shouldn't win this round. They've not got anything. They're just going to have to drop the back hatches and hit and hope, basically, and see what happens. As long as Panzer's ready for this and ready for the backdrop and the push of the stairs, then they should have success from the defense.
I don't like this, because I don't feel as if they have a good grip. If somebody does drop in the hatch, and no, they do not. Pistol guy finds one, but the trade-off is there. Now 10 seconds to go. Becky finds the diffuser carrier. Just run away. Becky will dodge in towards Gold Vault. Has the diffuser jack a C4 to try and keep them at bay. 4 seconds to go. Just has to stay alive. Oh, pre-fired one. Liminar is there with a second. That was so nearly there for Becky, but Jack just had a feeling they were going to win it. I just had a feeling.
Oh my days. Vergistan are back in this game 2-2 with 2 last second, literally last second round winning plays. Oh my gosh, this game's got everything. This game's got absolutely everything. Now, in terms of that round, I think Shelby lost it a little bit. And I said, this is my big criticism of Auslander. It's generally, they are very good at understanding what the win condition is, at understanding what their opponent's going to do, of calling what they should do. But they have a couple of players that just have that tendency to stay too long, to peak too long. Shelby did that in that last round. Got the kill onto the Thatcher, should have cleared off back to site. Because if that execute happens, that literally isn't in a 2v4, if it's a 4v4 or even a 3v4, Auslander win that round very comfortably. But they had a numerical disadvantage that accumulated in 2 seconds where a 1v2 had to happen. And that's literally all the round came down to. And it seems silly because, you know, Shelby somewhat earned the right, killing the Thatcher out on the roam, needs to play the roam. But he could have got back to site, and that's, you know, it's the very small things that win or lose you around. And, you know, from Vergistan's point of view, found a way to win. Again, how many times have we said that today where they found a way to win the round?
Too many for my liking. Way too many for my liking. But, anywho, we're still in it. Vergistan. Wake up call. The alarm has went off, Jack. And they're up out of bed, ready to play some Siege.
5 seconds remaining.
That's true.
2 rounds to go. Sorry, not 2 rounds to go. Potentially 2 rounds to go still for either team, which I think is a scary thing. Vergistan could just walk in and do what basically Auslander did to them in Oregon.
Yeah, that would set us up for an amazing finale, to be fair. 2 reverse sweeps into a final, essentially best of 1 to decide a spot.
Yep.
Well, not a spot for the entry major, but a spot to have
you're
a
used to having spots for the major, spots for the invite. You're used to all that, aren't you? You're not used to a trip to the major spot.
They can decide a trip to the major. Oh, Shelby.
Not again. Don't overextend. You don't need to.
I don't mind the roam. I think just try and get
They live life
on
the edge. They live life on the edge. Nobody home inside a server, Jack.
No.
Located by attackers.
Oh dear.
They know Shelby's top square because he's been tagged top square.
Shelby's
he's just going to run
fried. No! How has Shelby fried him?
I feel like that's probably one of the fairest, like, loss. We lost to Mozzie, but we lost to Maru. Like, okay. Carry on 4v4.
Pretty much. Still have that vigil upstairs, still roaming. It looks as if the Vergistan have decided to sack off really any presence that they could have in towards open area, getting the hatches open. Instead, they will look to push their way in towards server, but more importantly, look at this Twitch. It's crept in towards garage. Has that position covered. That mirror window is opened up, I think, because of said Twitch drone. Speaking of the vigil, He's been found out. He's been eliminated, and Habana is upstairs by herself. Could still actually get the action, believe it or not. I'm not sure if they know about the Twitch though, Jack. This is worrying. There goes a swing. Pistol guy, surely you've seen him. You should have seen him. Swings! Eliminates Ragnar. Crucial kill. Don't have to worry about looking at your backside now. Minute to go. 3v3. This is better for Auslander.
Yeah, still very surprised they dropped off the cave from the previous lineup, to be honest, in favour of the Vigil. However, because the Habana can get the hatches open, which means an attack can actually form now. Vergistan aren't having to recover, they can form an attack. But it looks like it might have to be a drop and a push deep. There is only one C4 for denial though, which means if they do want to try and plant, they can, but they need to start forcing it now. Somebody, I think it's the Jackal potentially, that's just sat in sight very deep, looking for the swing with the C4. And he's going to have a massive role to play if the diffuser comes round to plant behind him.
Need to have good cover though, Jack. Anyone rushing through that door in towards CCTV room will still be able to find him. There goes the plant. The C4 gets tossed out. Is there any response from the Jackal? No, but Tony Montana gets off the diffuser, now goes for the replant. Eliminar has so much to do, so many angles to watch. Almost pre-fires the mirror. Where is the response, so as to be said, from Auslander? Vergistan have been able to get the diffuser down. They have the top floor control. There are still players inside of sight, and Vergistan, well, they have taken it by storm. A lack of response from Auslander will cost them this round unless Panzer can pull off something glorious. He has retaken above. Has the hatch. Sees somebody on said hatch, and, well, he gets eliminated also. Vergistan, 3 rounds in a row.
Really strange decisions from Auslander there. Like I say, it's the Cade nearly won them the previous round in a 2v4. So why they thought, do you know what? We need to roam more, but we need to roam separately, and with no Cade, I will never know. Auslander, I've liked what they've done. I liked what they did in the last game. I liked what they've done at the start of this game, but they got that one wrong. I think realistically, if they turtled there, they just win the round. And they've identified the wrong problem as to why they lost the previous round, and tried to address it and got it even more wrong and lost it again. Now they're going to have to go to CEO and exec and really try and recover this game. Because, you know, let's be fair, they potentially could have and should have won it 4-0. Because, you know, the Echo plant, the clutch on round 3, and then the clutch on, or I say the 1v1 clutch on round 4, those go the other way, those 50-50s. Auslander have won, they're off to Jönköping, but that's not how Siege works. Siege isn't played on paper, and Vergistan, they found a way to just stay in this, and they're now in the Ascendancy and Bank.
No words. No words for what we've seen today, Jack. It just keeps coming. Just keeps coming. Honestly, I thought Auslander after the first few rounds it would have been done and dusted. But
yep.
Nope. Never count your chickens, Jack.
Never. I don't have any chickens.
Don't count chickens.
I don't have any, so
I wouldn't expect you to have chickens, Jack, I'll be honest.
I did debate it. I've got quite a big garden, so I could.
To be fair, me and you did debate with buying a farm one time. Remember that?
Oh, I certainly debated that more than you did. I started actually looking at it.
Yeah, you did, and I started getting it on my recommended on my feed. Like, buying a farmland. But yeah, God, me and you running a farm? What would it be called? What would it be called? Because obviously we need a good name. Because like Jeremy Clarkson, Diddley Swap Farm, you know, we have to. How can we compete with him?
We can't.
Oh, there's Ragnar
just
again.
like Shelby cannot compete with Ragnar. That's not
good first pick.
Yeah, it's a good first pick for Vergistan. It's a bad first pick for Auslander, who will be. This is going to be a test of Auslander's mental actually, and fortitude and, you know, resilience. Especially if they lose this round. How will they go into the final? That's a great reply by Pistol Guy, though. Managing to find better calls to heart. Gets the Nomad off the board as well. Potentially facilitates some flanks. Especially using the Oryx.
In comes the Ossa. Sets up a shield. Need to get the wall up, though, before it really has any value. Tony Montana. Get in there. Get it sorted. Bandit batteries, though. Have to try and eliminate them first of all, but you should be able to do that quite easily with the EMP grenades in your pocket. There goes the ace charge. Paolo has some information. There will be a lone man downstairs being droned out. The swing comes in. Paolo with that F2, a dangerous weapon. Oryx! Rabbit dashes through the wall, and he is gone. Don't see that every day, Jack, and then just decides to linger and get shut down anyway.
Yeah, it's a common theme, right, of the Pistol Guy of Shelby, is that they linger and get shut down, and it really is it really is an issue for them. Because they just give their lives away for free when they could be back. And I don't mind it. I don't mind if you want to fight, but please do it together. And, you know, I guess that's my point, is that if you are going to fight, if you are going to linger, if you are going to try and fight and roam, do it together. At least get those refrags. Because currently, Shelby wasn't refragged, Pistol Guy wasn't refragged.
Minute left. Outlander have to find some picks. They have to stand strong. They should know where things are coming from. Sad Becky is here, ready to go. Swift, close. Personal. One man in the window. Sees him. Oh, what a shot from Swift. The Liminar falls off the rappel. And that could be a decisive kill, because now they have no pressure coming from another angle. And a punch hole. Ragnar heads up thinking. Eliminates the bandits. What is going on, Jack? 20 seconds to go. Can they hold on?
Yeah, they absolutely can. This is winnable. Sad Becky has come up with massive plays in every round, every map that they've played in. He is no exception. 10 seconds left, 2v3.
10 seconds left.
Sad Becky has to make the push. Oh, there's a swing, there's a spray around, but no! Tony Montana finds Sad Becky, the diffuser's going down. Is there any info being fed out? Panzer's a man inside a meeting, last one's diffusing. He rushes in, he has the berry 9. Oh, Panzer! Saves them from the clutches of having to play a map 3. We're going to overtime.
Defenders disable the diffuser.
We are going all the way to overtime. And Auslander, I said this would be a massive test of their mental. It would be a massive test of their fortitude, of their resilience. They passed that test. They've got themselves at least to overtime. They will start on the attack where they looked so comfortable in overtime to get themselves potentially to that Jönköping major spot. Now, trip, anyway.
You keep doing it.
They will be very comfortable attacking because they know how well it went. You know, they should have won all 3 attacks. They just need to keep going. I still think there's a slight issue on their defenses that they maybe will need to figure out when they get onto the defense, because of course they will have one more defense that they need to figure out. Their 2 defenses on lockers, they lost. Their 1 defense on CEO, it came down to 1v2 clutch. So there's something still to figure out there, but their attacks were very, very good, all 3 of them. So we're just hoping to see that out of them from their first attack. Wow, what a clutch.
What a game.
What a game. It's got everything. It's had everything.
Playing with the heartstrings.
kills.
Auslander will be on the attack, which has been the better half on Bank. Does that play into it, Jack? It has to.
Yeah, it absolutely has to. It absolutely has to. I think, you know, it's the thing with overtime. Obviously, Vergistan, it was their map pick, which means Auslander got the choice of the starting side, started on the attack, but on the overtime starting side, Vergistan decided they wanted to start defense. And I think that was probably the right call at the time, because they knew that they were more comfortable playing on the defense and making those plays on the defense. But in hindsight, probably not the right pick, given how comfortable Auslander looked on the attack.
Camera activated.
Ragnar looking for a spawn peek, nobody home this time around. Do you not think it's a bit risky that, like, Auslander, they obviously they're going to be bringing the IQ, but now they're maybe not having the nuke, which I think has been very favourable for them, being able to put Swift just out there and let him do what he wants. I mean, is this the time where you change it up?
We saw him have a lot of freedom with the Nook, right? And I think that's where it's interesting, is it's a very different operator in terms of roles, in terms of freedom. Because the IQ is very restrictive in terms of finding utility and dealing with it and playing around the team. Whereas the Nook is, play what you feel, try and get a few kills, have big impact if you can. So it's a very different role that they're putting him into. And I'm not, you know, are they really that, I guess, that worried by the Balcams, by the Echo drones? Maybe it's an overreaction, maybe it's not. I guess that the result of this round will tell us, right?
A bomb has been located.
Flanks covered off by that Nomad. There will be said flanker, Ragnar, on that Rook. Still hunting for that opening kill. And what's he doing? Maybe fearing, again, that Nook who we know can lurk, crouch walk at any moment's notice. But as we mentioned, Swift has to do more of a utility-based job. Has to try and hunt for those echo cams that they are fearing. Pistol guy doing a bit of drone work can see that the front desk is actually clear. It will give them the go-ahead, just start moving up, or even himself try and give some information for the nades. From below, one gets tossed out. Nobody's home, though. Need to get a move on. A minute 10 to go. Valkyrie cameras, echo cameras have to be dealt with. More window pressure has to be played in the mix of all that. Somebody detected it below. It's going to be the Rook looking for the run out. And no, it's a risky one, Ragnar. It doesn't work out for him. Panzer was switching everything and finally was able to pull out his gun and get that Rook. Snooping pick being given away, and Pistol guy looking to push up in towards the main stairs. This is where, having that man advantage, they can push from all these different angles and start the collapse.
Yeah, we're going to see Tony Montana get downed inside. Speaker Shelby finds better call Serhat as well. We've got 3v3, but one player is downed, which means it's a glorified 2v3. Will get picked up, though. 27 seconds left, and the attackers don't have too much map control, but they do have enough to create a surrounding effect on the defenders who are fighting their way inside out. Swift's going to make a look into the bomb site, picks up Tony Montana. 2v2. They have the Valk cams, they have the information, but it's all on Elminar as Paolo has been down. Finds one, finds the diffuser, 7 seconds left. Swift's going to have to push through for the kill, sees the bullet tracers, and we're going to have another clutch scenario comes in. It's an awkward gunfight, and we're going to win it. No! Oh, the defenders just about win it due to the nick of time, and that slow approach from Auslander costs them by about 0.3 seconds.
All of the top floor attacks today have just been... It's the old people's home. Yeah. Everything slows down.
It literally is.
Vergistan back in the lead for free. They have to attack the top floor. Straight away locking in the top floor. Deary me. Keep in mind, the last time it was down to an incredible clutch from Panzer. You can't really rely on that consistently, which is the only thing you do fear. But we'll see what happens.
It's so true. It's so true, and Auslander are really going to be kicking themselves if they don't win this game. Really going to be. I think Vergistan played that really well as well. You know, we've seen them over peak in these scenarios. We've seen them try and make the hero plays in these scenarios. They actually realised time was the win condition in that previous round and really tried to play to it. And it came down, like you say, just to that sliver of time, but enough to win the round.
Need to locate and defuse bombs.
They're not on the Clash anymore, Demo. The first time they defended this, they played the Oryx, they tried to fight. The second time they played it, they went on the Clash. And now they're back to the Oryx. And that's where I do worry for them very slightly, though.
Looking at the setup again. Bandit charges on Canto. I like that. That's better. It has to be said, Jack. That's been a main issue that teams have struggled with. Is just that Canto will get open for absolutely pennies. The question is, where are Vergistan going to stem their attack from? It was a CEO take coming in from the square skylight and pushing across, getting the walls open that way. And certainly, if you look at the spawns, you would assume a similar thing.
Yeah.
Roman Oryx. Don't know much of an impact it's going to have.
It's very much the same as that last clutch round. Do you remember? Because Sir Hawk got taken out by the Oryx, who then ramadashed away and stayed too long. And I think realistically, I wonder if, from Vergistan's point of view, bringing the Nomad kind of doesn't make a lot of sense when an Oryx could just ramadash through a wall completely separate and just evade the Nomad traps. So I wonder if Pistol Guy's kind of realised that and has played it more passively for a late round. C4 coming out. Oh, it will get the shield though.
He gets the shield and we'll go for the replace for the second one. You would have thought that would have been a great kill to get and eliminate the Osta there and then. Oh, and then Swift, he gets eliminated. Serhat finds him. Is that from an angle from below? It would appear to be the case. Pistol Guy, maybe he's looking for a flank. Actually shoots the Nomad charge that was on the wall using the soft wall. Great little move there, great technique, and now Pistol Guy is on the hunt. And I would put a lot of money saying that nobody's probably going to expect the Oryx to appear out of nowhere with those Nomad traps being placed down.
Yeah, big reliance on those nomad traps. And he's just seen the ace charge be thrown, and there's a yellow thing coming out on a player inside of Archives here. Needs to get a shifty on though. Finds one, does see one up the top. If he gets that kill, that's absolutely massive. Chooses to actually ram it out of the way, as the Rook will peek out onto top heaven, put chip damage onto the player, and then peek the window and get a kill onto Tony Montana.
Unbelievable from Shelby. It also destroys the other Ossa shield, so Ossa is just a gun at this stage, no gadget available. Both of their shields being destroyed by the explosives. Pistol Guy has got himself back into a position. However, somebody's crouch walked into Janitor. It's going to be Ragnar. A swing from the Oryx. Pistol Guy eliminates Paolo. However, Ragnar's the man that you need to find. He has been the main issue who just slips himself into these dangerous positions. Pistol Guy gets himself tucked in towards meeting. The swing's going to come in from the ace of pre-fire, but no! Pistol Guy says no, and Panzer finds Ragnar. What a round from the Oryx.
I'm going all the way, Demo. All the way to 9 rounds on this bank second map of the grand final. What a round there. What a clutch. And the Oryx play, I said Pistol Guy had to play it smarter. He did play it smarter this time, and he was basically the difference between round 1, round loss. Got the round over the line, and now we go Lockers CCTV. 1 round to shoot out for the map. Let's bear in mind for Team Auslander, this is Jönköping major point, essentially. Attendance, trip point. It's trip point.
The trip point.
It's trip point.
Trip point, yes.
It's all expenses paid, trip point.
We can't keep calling that, can we? Can't keep saying that.
Can we? Can we not? I don't know.
I don't know. We could. I guess, I reckon.
Yeah, sure. Trip point.
Anywho.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being
In we go to
attackers.
final round of Bank.
Mm-hmm.
Trip point. Here we go.
Trip point. Here we go. Yeah, and we've got you know, from Vergistan, we've got a Mirror, we've got an Echo, we've got a Kaid, Smoke, Jaeger. They're playing full denial of plan and breach and information and just they're playing time. I would expect a turtle. I feel like if any of them are extended out past beyond, you know, server stairs, then they're not playing the strat correctly. But remember the last time that they did this, is that Panzer actually pushed in from Dirt Tunnel as the Farmite and got killed. And it really relied on Auslander creating a very quick plan and executing that very quick plan. So you would expect, if they don't do that this time, that Auslander can have a lot of fun and can have a lot of success. Pistol Guy's on the Amaru, so you would expect, as is that common theme, you would expect very fast map control coming out of them.
A lot of pressure. Who will be the ones to crack underneath all of that pressure? Or maybe who will just have enough to turn into a diamond? Pistol Guy. He's played a blinder of a game so far today, Jack. I mean, really, everyone has an Auslander. The kills doesn't really set, I think, that much for Vergistan, but then they have been able to get some big moments in these rounds. So at least map control is in favour of the attackers.
Yeah.
Get the hatches open, that's probably the next step that they need to go for.
And the Kaid's playing, I think the Kaid claw on server hatch, yeah, so this hatch will get opened, it won't get tricked, which I think is absolutely massive, but it does create a problem for Auslander when they come to get over there. It's all good getting the hatches open now, but if you are aiming to end up server side for that plan, you need to deal with the 2 players that are playing server stairs and playing inside a server.
Located by attackers.
Also, the back hatches opened up as well, so it's another thing that Ragnar has to be aware of. Pistol Guy, not wanting to make a move yet, but we need to see some sort of movement and some sort of kills come out. Panzer, maybe looking to hit them on the backside. Are they aware that somebody's crouching through that sewer? Eliminar will be taken out basically in a matter of instance. Panzer looking for the shots, takes a lot of damage and will down Eliminar. That down's as good as the kill unless Tony Montana can get in there and go for the revive, but the hatch is starting to be opened up right above him. Will smoke off, just leaves Eliminar to die, says, you're on your own, bud. I need to get out of here, just walks through the site, finds the kill nonetheless. Oh, punches him, and sacrifices his life. Was that worth it? I'm going to go with know, Jack. I don't think that was worth it.
Oh,
I'm not sure.
I don't know. Oh, Habana is dead though. So they will not be able to get that mirror, but Panzer's alive, which means it doesn't matter whether they get that mirror or not because the default plant can come in. They've got to get rid of one C4. They've got to bait out one C4, and then that's it. They can get the plant down 4v3, which means the 4v3 is important because it means they can flood. There's an Echo drone on the board as well. This is really tense demo, 15 seconds. I personally would just be flooding inside if I was the attackers here.
Oh,
the C4 is already pre-ripped.
Yeah, Paolo has the C4. Is he going to type it out? No. Shelby will push in deep. A drop comes in from Pistol Guy. What a drop. The LMG starts a fire. Free diffuser going down. Echo has to be there. Has to try and deny it. Is the denial going to come in? Yes, he will. No, but the plant gets it nonetheless. A 0.2 on the clock. Goes for the shot through the wall, but doesn't get it. Oh, my goodness. Vergistan will feel robbed after that. But all credit to Team Ausland. Oh, what a game, what a victory. Jack, we've seen a lot of Siege. Me and you, we have watched a lot of Siege, but I don't think I have ever seen a closer Echo denial and then a plant go down. I don't think I've never seen that.
I mean, that's the thing is he waits a third of a second more, he wins that round, and we're going to map 3
I think he panicked because they spotted it because he seen the Thermite look up. So it's just the
fact that the Thermite was also able to shoot it and he wasn't just able to spam it twice, incredible. Wow.
We just take a minute just to recollect ourselves, but yeah. Team Ashland, the Germans are headed to Sweden. Germans got some supporters. There he is.
Yep. Oh, wow. And do you know what? They deserved it. They were by far the better team across both maps. I even said when they were down, when they'd lost them few rounds in the middle of bank there's a big round that will determine their mental fortitude and whether they can come back from this. They won that round, and since then, they got it to overtime, and when it really mattered, they turned up. And that's all you really can ask for, if you're a team that obviously wants to win the prize, to go to the Jönköping major. And I don't know too much about these guys, but these guys might be like the first time they're meeting, that just play a bit of Siege with their friends or in the PS4 leagues or whatever. And absolutely amazing stuff from them, and thoroughly deserved. They were by far, in my opinion, the better team over the course of 2 months.
Undefeated still. Haven't dropped maps, The only team that's been undefeated throughout this competition, and that really sets a statement to everyone else that, this is a great side that we are seeing here unveiled before our eyes, and all credit to them. They get to go to the major. This round as well, that's massive from Panzer, really kept them in it, and then it just felt as if Vergistan then, this moment here, there was so many close rounds.
Yeah, I was going to say, even the rounds they lost was, 3 clutches? 3 late second clutches, right? Out of all 8 of those rounds, it was an Echo clutch. It was the push through onto the Vault player clutch. And then, obviously, that clutch there with the Valkyrie at the end. Every other round, pretty much, was in full control of Auslander. And that's why I think, fully deserved. And congratulations to them as well. They won the main prize. Look at this right at the end. The shot from...
Literally,
the shot
he
from
got
the
it down in
there.
point 1. He got it planted in point 1. Are you kidding me?
That shot from Panzer there to get rid of the Echo drone, because obviously, as I say, and I said this right at the start, controller shooting things like drones and Echo drones very hard. He managed to flick that because that Echo drone had 2 stuns. Yep. He could have he could have double stunned it, but if that drone hadn't been shot, he double stuns that, wins the round, and we'll go into a map 3. We'll go into Cafe.
There's the stats. Pistol Guy. Big plays. Everyone really from Ashlander stepped up today. Kills says it all, doesn't it, Jack? So all credit to them. Definitely deserved. Let's have a look at our updated bracket, and we'll see how everything finished out with our day today. Vergistan took a 2-1 win over their Turkish brethren against rank 61. Auslander took a 1-0 lead against Polo. Then we had a forfeit, so they went through into the grand final, and obviously what we just witnessed, Auslander winning that grand prize. They will be headed to the major. They take the score 2-0 over Vergistan. So all credit to them. Let's have a look at our schedule. Let's have a look at that graphic. So if you want to get involved in any other of our cups that we're running here for PlayStation, as well as our next tournaments that we're putting on for Rainbow Six Siege, you can see there the Rainbow Six Invitational, November 10th And also November 17th, you got Mortal Kombat, Dragon Ball, and also Fortnite, and Street Fighter. It's a lot of fighting games. Jack, are you a bit of a fighter?
I am a fighter, mate. I am a fighter when I believe
Are you
in
a builder there at the end as well? Are you a builder?
No build is the one for me, to be honest, Emma. Have a lot of fun. But
So
get involved.
schedule.
Get involved.
Get involved, exactly. And if you want to get involved with any of our PlayStation tournaments also, then please make sure that you go and sign up on compete.playstation.com. We want to see you in these competitions. We want to see you give Jack heart attacks with these last-minute echo cams. So please sign up, and you could be winning chances of where Ausländer are headed to. They're headed to watch the major unfold. Great opportunity for that side to experience esports at DreamHack Winter. So yeah, please get involved. But Jack, that's us done for today. Yep. It was a good little tournament. We've seen some good siege, so back and forth, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah,
thank you very much for having me, Demo. I thoroughly enjoyed it. There was genuinely some excellent siege and some genuinely excellent skill on show today.
Yeah, thank you everyone for watching at home. Thank you to our amazing production crew for putting this on and everything that goes in towards that. Thank you, Jack. Again, thank you from me as well, and we will see everyone, hopefully, on our next PlayStation Cup. Until then.
PlayStation